listening to Krystal Clear Lore, a Wormsong production. Bella Kaua'i stood on a weather-worn porch and knocked on the door of Kupuna Lani, an old native Hawaiian woman who Bella hoped would be able to help her. Bella had come to the Wainiha Valley in Kaua'i to write her thesis on Hawaiian folklore for her degree in anthropology, and she had heard that Kupuna Lani was the most knowledgeable of the old Hawaiian tales. A small old lady opened the door.
Hello?
She asked. Bella smiled, her most welcoming and polite smile.
Hello, I'm looking for Kupuna Lani. Well, you found her, dear. What do you need? I'm researching the Menehune for my thesis, and I've heard you're the best person to ask them about. Oh, I suppose I may be. Come on in and let's see what I can help you with.
Kupuna opened the door and let Bella in. Bella stepped inside and saw that Lani's home was well lived in and cozy, just like you'd expect any old lady's house to be. At Lani's urging, Bella sat down on her couch and Lani sat in the recliner across from it.
All right, dear. What would you like to know? Well, what can you tell me about the Menehune? I know that they are the tiny builders of Kaua'i, but not much else.
Bella asked, pulling out her phone and starting her recording.
Well, you've got the general idea. The Menehune lived on Kaua'i before our ancestors arrived to the islands many centuries ago.
Kupuna started to explain.
They originally were welcoming and friendly, but one of their chiefs began to worry about the Menehune losing their cultural identity after a lot of them started marrying the settlers.
Bella nodded eagerly.
Are there any artifacts or buildings left that they are said to have built?
She asked. Kupuna paused.
You know, there are. The Alekoko fishpond was said to have been built by them. You see, the Menehune were such impressive builders and engineers that they could finish any project within a single night, as long as they were not interrupted. Oh?
Kupuna nodded.
The fish pond has gaps in it, which means that it was never finished. Apparently, a couple of the princes at the time spied on the Menehune, and it was said that they fell victims of their wrath. Wrath? I've never heard of them being aggressive or vengeful. Oh, you wouldn't. A lot of folks have remade their stories into them being passive and benign so as not to frighten off the tourists. But they are tricksters, and interrupting their work always leads to mischief or punishment for the curious ones. Is there no way to appease them?
Kupuna thought for a moment.
An apology in Hawaiian, with an offering of bananas, would probably go a long way. What would the apology be?
Bella was getting excited now. She was learning far more than she expected. Kupuna closed her eyes and recited.
Ikala mai iahu. Ikala mai iahu.
Kupuna opened her eyes.
That would probably suffice. I do not think the Menehune would require a full ho'oponopono that would span more than the single night that they work in. A ho'oponopono. It's a ritual of forgiveness which can span a few days and usually ends in a feast. The chant and offering would suffice, though, for the Menehune. Where can I find this fish pond?
Bella inquired. Curiosity piqued. She wanted to see it. Something that was reputed to have been built by the Menehune themselves. If they were real, that is. Kupuna pulled out a map of Kaua'i and showed her, reminding her to be careful.
If you hear the Menehune at work, remember to turn around and leave. Otherwise, who knows what will happen?
Kupuna Lani's directions were easy to follow, and Bella found the fish pond without any incident. She pulled out her phone and began recording notes for herself later about the construction of the pond. It was made out of volcanic rock, and if it was indeed built by the Menehune, it was not completed as there were gaps in the rock here and there. She walked around the pond, exploring the surrounding areas and taking notes when she stumbled, fell, and barely felt her head hit the ground as she passed out. When she awoke, it was nighttime. Bella looked around in amazement. She had tumbled down a slight hill through some akia bushes, right in front of a ruined heiau. She sat and stared at the sight in front of her when she heard pounding. It was loud and rhythmic, and vaguely familiar. Bella looked around and focused on listening closely for a moment.
Stones.
She realized. It was the sound of stones being stacked onto one another.
Maybe whoever is stacking the stones can help me figure out where I am,
she surmised. Bella stood up and brushed herself off before walking in the direction of the sound. As she drew closer, she also started smelling roasted bananas. It had been quite a while since she had eaten breakfast that morning, and the scent made her stomach rumble loudly. She placed a hand over her stomach as she saw something small dash around the ruins.
Hello?
She asked.
I'm lost and was wondering if you could help me.
She heard a bunch of whispering, but couldn't understand what was being said. She timidly walked forward a step.
Please, I need your help.
At this, a small 3-foot man dressed in nothing but a malo appeared in front of her. It spoke angrily, gesturing at her. She backed up, recognizing the man as a Menehune.
I'm sorry, so sorry.
She kept apologizing as she backed up. The man, however, was apparently not swayed as other Menehune started to crawl out from behind the ruins and surrounded Bella. Their eyes gleamed red and they began to close in. Bella kept turning around, trying to find a gap in their circle to take off running, but it was no use. The Menehune grabbed her and took her to a work site. They let go of her right in front of a large pile of stones and an unfinished stone wall. Bella looked at the stones and wall, then back at the Menehune.
What? What am I supposed to do?
The Menehune glanced at each other confusedly, and Bella realized that there was a language barrier. They didn't seem to understand English. Eventually, one of the Menehune came forward and pointed at the stones and then the wall. Comprehension dawned on Bella. She grabbed a stone and placed it on the wall. It was quite difficult as the stone wanted to slide off, but eventually she was able to get it to stay. At this, most of the Menehune chattered and left. The one who had shown her what to do stayed and watched. It pointed at the stone again, before gesturing back to the wall. Bella remembered Kapuna Lani's warning. Punishment awaited those who disturbed the Menehune in their work, and this apparently was hers. She sighed and grabbed the stones, stacking them along the wall. As she worked, she thought about her conversation with Kapuna. She said that you had to apologize to the Menehune, but Kapuna's apology was in Hawaiian. Unfortunately, Bella didn't speak Hawaiian, so she continued to stack stone after stone on the wall. If she finished the wall, though, perhaps they would let her go. So she worked. The stones were heavy, tiring her arms quickly. Sometimes they had sharp edges or she smashed her fingers in between them, and it wasn't long before her hands were a gnarled and bloody mess. She kept persevering, though, focused on trying to finish so she could leave. After what seemed like a couple of hours, Bella realized that the wall was infinite. Every stone she added seemed to only add another to the length and height. She was never going to get free this way. Out of desperation, Bella racked her mind for the chant Lapuna said. What had it been? Kala mai something? She kept stacking stones, her mind now completely focused on remembering that last word. As she placed down another stone, she finally remembered. She knelt face down in front of the Menehune and apologized.
E kala mai iahu. He kala mai iahu.
She repeated it over and over until she heard a laugh. When she looked up, she was at the fish pond. It was dawn, and she was kneeling on the bank of the pond.
What?
She wondered aloud. Was it all a dream? She looked at her hands and saw them covered in bruises and scabs. Not a dream, then. Quickly, she went to the area she had fallen the day before. There was an akia bush, and when she looked through it, there was nothing. Just an empty clearing. Bella stood there for a moment, dumbstruck. When she snapped out of it, she had two thoughts on her mind. Bring the Menehune the bananas quickly, and perhaps pay another visit to Kapuna. After all, this would only make another tale for the women to tell. As she turned away, she heard mischievous giggles behind her. She turned around and saw a discarded banana peel that hadn't been there before. She took off quickly, determined to make her apology offering as soon as she could.
Welcome back to Krystal Clear Lore. I'm Krystal, and today we are going to be discussing a very interesting little cryptid called the Menehune.
I'm Brady. I'm excited to talk about the Menehune today with you, Krystal.
So, the Menehune, we always start with the location lately. It's a new format I'm trying. Hopefully this works out.
Sorry about a little bit of background noise, folks, but there's a shirt hanging in my face at the moment. I'm scooting over.
Yay, closet. Recording closets.
Thought it was a spider.
So, location of Menehune. They seem to mostly be on Kaua'i, on the island of Kaua'i in Hawaii. There is evidence also of them on Oahu, and then another teeny tiny little island that I did not know existed that we will get to later, because I got very interested and dug a little too deep into that. So the Menehune are said to be miniature humans standing about 2 or 3 feet tall. According to the Menehune of Polynesia and other mythical people of Oceania, yeah.
Yeah, Oceania.
I hate that word. It makes my brain go
Oceania?
Oh, yeah, once it makes my brain's like Oceania. I'm like, no. They are a race of pygmies who are squat, tremendously strong, powerfully built, and ugly of face. Which I don't know why they had to put ugly of face in. That's just me.
It's a little bit rude, isn't it?
So they're pretty similar to like fake creatures like brownies, who are helpful small spirits. But where the brownies are more like chore helpmates. You remember we have the little Faye story about them helping a cobbler overnight and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Those are brownies.
Oh, okay.
So these creatures are very similar to that, but they are architects and engineers more than they are like little chore helpmates.
That's interesting. So like a little bit more advanced work for these ones.
Yes.
Oh.
And
That's kind of cool, though.
You still can find some of their work, and most of it is on the island of Kaua'i. They have several origin stories, which can be pretty common in legends based in oral tradition. Nothing was really written down for quite a while in Hawaii and Polynesia, so a lot of it's oral, and the telephone game is definitely at play here.
Oh, yeah. Much like with most of these. That's what makes for the best stories, though.
Yeah, the oldest written records are only a couple of centuries old, so that's not old at all. That is very, very recent.
So it couldn't be too distorted then.
Let's hope. The most common one that I found was that they could be the original inhabitants of the Hawaiian Islands who were chased into hiding by the Tahitian settlers when they landed on the islands. They seem to have started on Kaua'i, then went to Oahu, and then this tiny little island I did not know existed called Necker Island.
Necker Island.
And I went way too deep into that, and be careful when you Google that.
Not nectar?
No, Necker.
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 Oh, okay.
Be careful when you Google that. Don't Google image it. I ended up some weird shit.
I think that's actually, that should be like our main disclaimer. Is like, whatever you do, just have discretion when you Google any of these because the pictures are wild.
Yeah, that's why we try to go all the way back to primary sources wherever we can.
Yeah, it's nice.
The internet's a wild place. So Necker Island is one of the really tiny northwestern islands of Hawaii. Because if you're looking at Hawaii on a map, it kind of curves northwest.
Oh.
And so there's all these teeny tiny islands that are not on the main map because they're so small. And Necker is one of those.
Oh, okay.
And it's said to be like one of the last stands of the Menehune.
Well, cool. I'm going to go on Google and look at Necker Island later.
It's very, very small. So another book that I pulled from was Hawaiian Mythology by Martha Beckwith. And she talks about the different versions of their legend because they do have, like I said, there's a lot of different ones. The Kaua'i version has them migrating from the Hawaiian Islands to New Zealand and then coming back generations later. They ended up leaving due to their intermixing with the other peoples and, I quote, tainting the purity of their race, which I referenced in the story.
Oh, boy.
That we listened to. So that is, that version is also backed up by Edward Joesting in his book Kaua'i, The Separate Kingdom.
Okay.
It seems like that might have been it. One of their chiefs was really worried about intermixing, and they kind of were like, oh, we have to leave because too many of y'all are breeding with the settlers. They
were like, yeah, we can't have none of that.
Yeah, not great.
Too much change too fast.
So the most interesting aspect of their lore that I was able to really dig into is their building.
Oh?
You can ask them to build you something, but you have to make a formal request, and you have to treat them with the due respect to get it done.
Oh, okay.
And just like we referenced in the story,
That's fair.
They have to kind of get it done within a single night, which I think is just like some random technicality they threw in, because they're said to also be able to finish anything you want in a single night if they're not interrupted.
Interesting. Well, just like a testament to their speed.
Probably.
That's kind of cool, though.
Spying on them does count as an interruption. So.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that then.
No, definitely not. The big thing in the story was the Alekoko fish pond, and that is a real-life fish pond on Kaua'i that they are credited with building. It is also called the Menehune fish pond.
Oh.
So the fish pond itself is a dam that is completely made out of lava rock. It's
really?
900 feet long and 5 feet high and over a millennium old.
Jeez.
So the story goes that it was built to provide fish for the Hawaiian royalty.
What feeds it?
Oh, I can't remember exactly. It's like, I'd have to look again. I got so busy into the lore, I forgot.
Well, I mean, you're not like you're not exactly what is it, the hydronomist or whatever?
Geologist? No,
it's different. The hydrologist. Has to be that. Like water cycle experts and stuff that study ponds and stuff. Maybe geologists probably do too.
Well, there is holes in the construction, so.
Well, this really shows our knowledge, guys.
I didn't dig into the geography of Hawaii. I dug into the lore of the Menehune, so I'm going to be missing some things here and there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where the heck was I in my notes now? You've completely thrown me.
But just a quick side note, before we started recording the conversation, I was like, I don't know if I have many questions. And then I slap her with like an advanced, like, like a college level, like Earth question. Sorry to do that to you,
Yeah,
Krystal.
I know exactly what body of water. So the Alekoko fish pond is part of the Huleia River
Hula hula?
on Kaua'i.
Hula, yeah.
Huleia.
That sounds kind of cool.
So it's a river valley. So there, I answered your questions.
There we go.
She's gonna throw hard things at me. I don't have any questions.
Well, I mean, hey, just everybody knows she Googled it.
I did have to.
Hey, that's okay. She got
But
the
now,
answer.
now they don't have to because it's there.
Well, thanks for getting the answer. I know that was an off-the-cuff question, but hey.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so the reason Alekoko fish pond has gaps in it is because apparently 2 princes did spy on the Menehune as they were building it.
Oh, okay.
They were turned into stone, and the Menehune just took off.
Oh, where are they now?
Oh, I think the stones are still there from what I read.
Is there any pictures of those stones?
I didn't see any pictures of stones. And then they have another big one that's really credited. It's the Kikiaola ditch.
Oh, boy. You're getting these words pretty good.
Gosh, I know. My talent for languages, I swear. This one they seem to have been able to accomplish without interruptions. This is pretty impressive because it is a stone-lined irrigation ditch that is connected to the Wainiha River.
Oh.
It dates back to the 13th century, but only a fraction survives to this day. And they have, so they have a historical territory landmark plaque, but it's also called the Menehune Ditch. And I did find this. I'm gonna read it real quick. The Menehune Ditch. See if I can blow this up anymore. It's very tiny. Sorry, hold on. This is not blowing up very well. It's very hard to read. Okay, the run of hewn stones along the underside of the road is a remnant of one wall of an ancient watercourse, which is said to have been built by the Menehunes.
Okay.
This picture is less than ideal, blown up like this, but it's very hard to see here. Okay, the stones were brought from Mokiana, maybe?
Like
where
macchiato?
No.
Caramel macchiato?
You wish. It's brought from a whole different island. The stones were brought from a whole different island over to Kaua'i to make that ditch.
It's just human perseverance and the willpower and effort. It knows no bounds. It's amazing.
Well, they're not even saying that humans did that. They're saying the Menehune did that.
But you know.
Nah, it was the Menehune.
Okay. It's better to. I like to believe it was the Menehune better.
Because if you don't,
anyway,
apparently they come after you. So be nice.
Oh, I'm gonna come after you.
They're not. Last one that I found that was a really big thing on Kaua'i that they were credited for building is the Poliahu Heiahu, which is an ancient temple that is now a ruin.
Oh.
According to the Department of Land and Natural Resources, it seems to have been a luakini, which was dedicated to the god Ku for success in war.
Okay.
Which as I dug into all the different things, this took me a while to compile because I was digging into even the old ancient religion of Hawaiians. And that gets to be a fascinating rabbit hole. So we may want to think about also doing some religious deep dives on like the ancient Hawaiian religion because it's very interesting.
Oh, okay. Hey, I bet you can pick out some cool lore from that.
Let's see. They did go to Oahu, and Oahu you can find Ulupo Eahu, whose stones are so massive and carried from so far away that the Department of Land and Natural Resources points out that it lends credence to its cultural significance. Some of these stones come from Kualoha, which is over 10 miles away. And they're not tiny stones. These things are like completely massive.
Oh, man.
So
I can only imagine.
This one, by the way, is the one they can't figure out what the meaning was because it's so degraded and it's in ruins.
Oh.
It's suggested that it may have been started as mapele, dedicated to agriculture, but others think that it could have evolved into a luakini like Poliahu Heiahu.
Okay.
Their last resort stop before they got completely pushed out of the islands, according to lore, was Necker Island. That island is really fascinating. It has 30 heiau, which are temples. It has 30 of them.
30 of them?
And it's tiny.
That's insane.
The whole thing, the island is 45 acres. That's it. That's all it is.
Not that big.
It's not that big for an island.
No.
It has 30 temples. So there is like more than one temple for every 2 acres.
Wow.
Apparently, the entire island, all those heiau were supposed to be built by Menehune too. So they were busy beavers.
Busy beavers.
However, after Necker Island, no one knows where they ended up. Most think they have learned how to hide among the humans better to survive. But remember, if you ever need help out there with building or engineering, just remember to ask their help, honor their privacy, and maybe they'll decide to help you out. So, this is a very shallow skim into the depths of the rabbit hole that is Hawaiian and Polynesian lore and history. So, for now, I hope this made the Menehune crystal clear.
Bye.
Bye. Follow us on Threads and Insta at Wormsong Media. That's WYRMSONG Media. Want to reach out to us? Email us at wormsongmedia@gmail.com. Again, that's WYRMSONGMEDIA@gmail.com.